Hey guys, this is James with Isotropic, and in this video I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and review on Advanced Scripts 2.0. So this is actually a beta version as I record, but will soon be released as the main Advanced Scripts version, and I want to talk about what this plugin is and how I use it to really help me build every WordPress project that I've done in the past couple of months. So Advanced Scripts is a scripts manager, very similar to Code Snippets, which is a free plugin on the repository. Advanced Scripts is a paid plugin, and I think it'll show itself why it can command a paid price over Code Snippets. So basically, it allows you to easily manage, write, and apply code such as PHP, CSS, JavaScript, and take that code and apply it to your WordPress website. It comes with a ton of features such as conditional running of the code, import, export, very simple and easy to use backend interface, code preprocessing, and a lot more. So here's the main website, cleanplugins.com, linked in the description below. But the main thing here is that it is made to help you manage a bunch of scripts. And I use a bunch of scripts instead of using a bunch of plugins because scripts are usually quicker than plugins. So I have a bunch of scripts that I always use, specifically in the Oxygen Builder ecosystem. So using this method of script management rather than creating my own plugins and having a million on a site is very nice. I do write a lot of PHP to add additional functionality and filter and do all that type of stuff. A lot of code when I do WordPress websites, and managing PHP with this tool is very easy, and it's also safe. So I always break my websites every time I write PHP code, and this comes with a safe mode that will allow you to write it, apply it to the site, and then break your site, and then disable it using a URL query, which I will try to show you in this video. You can also write different types of CSS, so SCSS, LESS, and you can write that, and then it will preprocess it into and compile it into standard CSS when adding to the page output. So if you write in those languages, which really saves time, using this tool is perfect for you. There's also, very quickly, very easy integration into external resources. I'll show you that. CDN JS is what I use a lot, and just a really nice user interface. It also works with Oxygen and integrates with the colors. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the price, and then let's take a look at the actual plugin, and I'll give you a couple of use cases and also walk you through every feature that is showing up in the second version of this plugin, which again is in beta phase, but it'll be released very soon. So prices are reasonable. A single site license is $19, and this is a lifetime license that gives you lifetime updates and lifetime support on a single site. For 5 sites, you could pay $30, or 4, and what I recommend, unlimited websites with lifetime updates and lifetime support, very similar to the Oxygen Builder. It comes in at $39.99. If you are a professional website creator, this is a must-have plugin. At this price, it makes it a must-have plugin because $40 is incredibly reasonable for the features that you're getting, especially because it's for unlimited websites. Now, one thing I want to mention here regarding pricing, this is recorded in late December 2020. Version 2 is not out of the beta phase yet. And when it's released, I'm assuming that the developer is going to increase these prices even more. So if you were considering purchasing this plugin now, it's your time to shine, and it's your time to get the plugin. And now let me show you exactly what I like about this tool. So I have just a random website that I spun up on Cloudways, and here is the Advanced Scripts plugin. You can see that it's accessed from Tools, Advanced Scripts, and you can see out of the gate, I've set up a couple scripts for you to mess around with, and you can see that this is a well-designed plugin that's fairly easy to use and easy to understand. Once you open it initially, you'll get this interface here, and it's prompting you to add a script. So to do that, you would title it, set a description, set the type of script, set where this script will show up. And then you can choose how you add it to your site, the priority, and the conditions. And then you write up all your PHP code here. There's an autocomplete feature, something that I really enjoy. And it's just very easy to write your code and the stuff that you need to write. So once you add everything, you can save it and save and activate the plugin, and then they all show up here. And these are all your plugins, or not your plugins, all your scripts, all your snippets that you are managing within your website. So I'm going to show you adding the process of adding a script in a bit, but I want to show you the process of managing scripts first, because I think this is the main selling point of this tool and something that makes it really powerful. First, you can use a bunch of different languages. So you can have a bunch of different scripts added to your site through this central platform here. The main thing, and something that I really like about this tool, is that you can toggle them on and off right here from the back end. So active, deactivated. And this is really helpful if I'm trying to debug an issue. Say I'm building an Oxygen website and I'm incorporating Paroller JS, which is a parallax library. If I'm incorporating that into my website and it breaks something, and I have a bunch of these scripts and I don't know what's actually breaking the site, I know that's one of these is, I can just toggle these on and off, reload the front end, and see what happens. Very simple, very easy for debugging. Just a nice designed interface here. So activate, deactivate, here are the comments, and here's the actual script. And then when you click on the script, it loads your script, and it loads everything related to the script. And that's what you get. I mean, pretty simple, straightforward script management solution that's also really powerful. The other two features that I quickly want to mention are the fact that you can now import and export scripts. So this is really helpful, and if I'm trying to get a script out of my site, I can export it, and this exports a JSON file, and then I can go and import that JSON file into our website. So I'll show you that right now. So Matt is a contributor to the Oxygen Builder community, which is the primary community that I think this is targeting, Advanced Scripts is targeting. But I mean, if you're a WordPress developer, you need this plugin, not only in the Oxygen ecosystem. But you can import JSON files. So this will export the advanced scripts as JSONs. But another thing is that it will also import code snippet files and read those, and then import them as an advanced script file. And this is really helpful because I see a ton of code snippets out there. So for example, Matt has published a great code snippet that shows template usage on the Oxygen Builder, and it comes as a code snippet JSON. And I've seen a ton of code, and myself, I've published code snippet JSONs online because code snippets is the predominant solution for script management. And it's a free solution, which makes it very popular. So you can get a ton of code snippets out there. And importing it is as simple as just dragging and dropping, and it will import the code snippet JSON into your site. And here we go. Our entire code snippet is now active in our website. And it's actually not active. It needs to be made active. And it'll also take the title and the description of the snippet, and we'll show you how it works. So that is a really, really interesting and helpful feature of the Advanced Scripts plugin. And you can, again, toggle it on and off and set up all of this type of information here. So now what I'm going to do is show you how I add new scripts using this tool, and show you all of the advanced features that it comes with when you're actually writing scripts, not just adding them to your site. So when you're writing a script, you have your basic information, so title, description, and then the type. So the type of the script can be one of three major languages: PHP, CSS, and JavaScript. And then you also have an HTML option. And I'm going to toggle through each of these and kind of show you how it works. The main thing that I like using when developing is loading a JavaScript from a URL. So when you're loading third-party JavaScript, you need to insert the CDN delivered code snippet, the CDN delivered script tag into a website header. So this is your script tag, and the script tag is added to the header of the website. And to do that, you would need to create a PHP snippet and then add that PHP snippet to code snippets, and then enable the code snippet to add it to your site. But in this situation, all we need to do is actually copy the URL to the script, go to JavaScript, load it from the URL, paste in your URL, click activate, and there you go. So now whatever paroler.js is now added to the header of our website. Actually, it's added to the footer of our website, which we will change to the header of the website. So now it shows up in the header of the website. So that's kind of incorporating types of scripts. And if we're doing CSS, we can do the same load from URL. We can also write custom code. So, and you can see when you write the code, you have auto suggestions, which is very helpful if you're writing code. And I actually now write all of my central style sheets on advanced scripts because of the autocomplete and that type of feature. So you can write up your custom code and insert it into the head, the footer, the admin head, the login head, when plugins are loaded, when everything is initialized. You have a lot of options for setting things up. And then you get your compilation. So if you're writing SCSS, then just write it in that format and it will compile it for you. And then PHP, and then finally HTML. Pretty simple, pretty basic stuff. So that's the types that you can use. You can also then set your location for it to run everywhere, only on the front end, only in the admin area, or when you manually initialize it. So that would be as a shortcode, which is really cool. So you can write your PHP and then throw it in as a shortcode. And then you can also set up your hooks, which I kind of just showed you. And then finally, the priority of the script. And then we get to the really important part of the second coming of the advanced scripts plugin. And this is the conditions feature. So this is really very helpful and interesting. So say I'm here and I'm actually going to delete this script because I have no use for it. Say I'm here and I only want to initialize the paroler.js library on a specific segment of my website. So to do that, I would set some conditions here. So you go to conditions, set, and then you add a new condition, and now you have a ton of conditions. And if you are familiar with the Oxygen Builder, you'll be familiar with the conditions engine here. Execute if all conditions are true, execute if any conditions are true. Pretty simple, pretty basic. Now you can set it to be based on a single post, the post parent, the type of the post, if a user is logged in, the user roles who are logged in, the users who's logged in, or a custom expression. So here you can see these are my demo posts that I have set up. And this will now only show if the post is equal to a specific element or specific condition. And this is super, super powerful. And this is super helpful if you want to only apply specifically, I'd say, custom CSS or third-party JavaScript libraries on specific posts and ranges of posts, such as custom post types. Very helpful. So now this conditions engine helps you save a ton of server resources, a ton of time when you're loading a website, because you're not going to be loading all your random scripts on all different pages. The conditions engine here is a really welcome addition to the script manager. And I think the conditions engine, coupled with everything else that you saw here, plus the pretty interface, really makes this a premium product that one would want to spend $39 for unlimited websites on, especially if you create WordPress websites for a living, or if you create a ton of WordPress websites, or if you manage many WordPress websites. Getting that $39.99 unlimited lifetime license, and then getting access to a tool like this that allows you to add different types of CSS, different types of JavaScript, PHP, load it from a URL, code it yourself. That's just a really welcome addition. And you can see here a couple examples of scripts that you would add. This would be an HTML Google Analytics script added to the WordPress head, and you can set even conditions that you would only want it to run on specific areas of your website. And then if I don't want Google Analytics to be toggled on my website, I can just turn the script off very simply, very basically. Here's a third-party JavaScript code. We paste in the URL. We're loading it into the footer. That's that. Here's a Oxygen Builder custom fonts plugin / code snippet. This is coming as a snippet, and it injects custom fonts into Oxygen Builder. And this is loaded when plugins are loaded, and this is executed everywhere and adds custom functionality through PHP to our website. So you can see, very, very powerful, very great platform. The final thing I want to show you is the safe mode, which is actually very helpful. And I'm going to see if I can break this code by adding random letters everywhere, and we'll see if it destroys our code. And we'll save it, and we'll see if it breaks the site. No, it does not break our site. I'm trying to break the site, I'm telling you. There we go. So when you write the wrong code and you break your website like I do on a constant basis, instead of getting the white screen of death and having to go through FTP and disable the Code Snippets plugin and then find the database entry and then delete the database entry, or I meant the Advanced Scripts plugin, this has a safe mode. And this safe mode is a lot better featured than the Code Snippets safe mode, because it catches everything and it doesn't actually allow you to apply your broken PHP to the front end of your website. And by doing this and by catching it before it actually applies the code, it won't let you break your website. And this is super awesome, because it will literally tell you, as you saw, there are website errors, please review your code and save again. And if you try to save it again and the code is broken and it will destroy the front end of your website, it won't let you do it. It's just a very helpful code library. So now, let's say I have broken my website, so we're getting a white screen of death. To fix that, there's a URL query that I can use to disable the code snippets, go into safe mode, and then be able to edit them out, or at least deactivate the snippet under the advanced scripts library and get that fixed. So it would be safe mode equals 1. And what that does, and I'll show you right now, it toggles the safe mode on. And it will show you, here's safe mode, and I can turn it off if I want to. And under safe mode, all of these scripts still load in the back end, but they're turned off in the front end. And now I know that this is the one that's breaking my website, so I can turn it off. I can disable safe mode, which means everything else is back on. The site loads as it should, no white screen of death, but this script is still broken, and it gives me the opportunity to have it toggled off, edit the script, fix everything, and then reinitialize it. So those are the main selling points, I'd say. This is probably a pretty long video, but I wanted to show you everything that was incorporated in the Advanced Scripts plugin. So to really quickly recap, you can add a ton of different types of code. You can add a ton of conditions. You can hook it in to the header, the footer, the admin header, a bunch of different ways to add the scripts. You can manage the scripts from here. So your existing scripts can be toggled on and off, activated, deactivated. You can edit them from here. You can import, export, and that's about it. It's a really powerful plugin. I really enjoy it. Now with the conditions and import, export, I'm going to be using this on all of my projects, even if I don't need a script manager. I mean, this is just, you have to include this plugin on all your projects. The other thing is that when compared to code snippets, this is just a lot more powerful. And if you develop professionally, and if you create professional websites, and if you want to save yourself the headache of having to figure out the safe mode with code snippets, using this plugin is just saves you so much time. Especially if you write those languages, if you break your website all the time, if you do anything similarly to what I do, using Advanced Scripts 2.0 will be a very welcome addition to your portfolio plugins. And you can easily add it because guess what? Unlimited websites, lifetime, $39.99. Check out the link in the description. That's an affiliate link. If you like this video, you will support the channel by purchasing through an affiliate link. Drop a subscription, and if you liked this video itself, give it a thumbs up. I hope this was a beneficial video. I know it was a bit long, so if you made it here, you are a real one.